How much is Philip K. Dick's work, We Will Remember For You Wholesale, an influence on you in making this?
I am major. I was, I didn't read Philip K. Dick's story until I was in college, and kind of had a reverse kind of introduction to it, because I saw the movie when I was in high school. Didn't really read the story until I reached college, and the reading the story had a different effect on me than the film. I read the story as the character himself was a bit more relatable, I'd say, than and being a fan of the movie itself, and Arnold just kicked ass and was awesome. There was a different, like I said, different tone to Quaid or Quail in the original story, and so I wanted to bring some of that out, and as well just the world, the short story, the imminent danger, the threat was to Earth itself, about an Earth invasion. It didn't actually travel to Mars, and Verhoeven took that direction with it. So yeah, I was influenced by mainly right down to hover cars. Hover cars were in Philip K. Dick's story in that world, and weren't realized in the Verhoeven version. I really wanted to bring that to life in a big way.
Len, you've been to Comic-Con before with other films of yours, and playing host here in San Diego, we think we have some of the most devout and passionate fans. So yeah, for sure. What would you say to the fan base that comes out year after year to support the different films and projects and comics? First that comes to mind is thank you, and I get so excited about it, because I was coming here way before I was in the film industry, and now actually get slightly frustrated because they book my time up so tight that I find these years they don't give me any time to go downstairs, nor do they think they need to schedule it in, and I was like, I've got to get downstairs, I've got to or I'm going to freak out. So but I think it's such a great energy. And so, I think it's a place where people really geek out appropriately, because this is for me, this is what it's all about. And it's, I feel like I'm making movies for this group and it's probably because I feel the most attached to it. So I hope they like it.
Now, when approaching remakes, I find that a lot of filmmakers like to bring something unique and sometimes personal to a project that maybe wasn't there before. What's in Total Recall that was unique and new that you wanted to bring that wasn't in the original?
I mean, there's a lot. I mean, there's many things I was saying on the character's mindset and his dilemma. I wanted to get into a different side, or a little bit deeper into that dilemma. I'm just fascinated by any story that is a quest for who you are as an individual. I'm just a sucker for. So this is such an expanded, blown up version of that question of who am I, and I wanted to really play with that more of that question of, is it fantasy or is it reality, a bit more. I think it was it's the strongest part, I think, of Philip K. Dick's story. It's the core of what I think makes it attractive, is that question, and so we twist and turn that more, and that was really something I wanted to do. And also just the relationships, the just kind of struggle that he's going through, I wanted to ground it a little bit more. And so those things, and then just there's a whole visual style to it that I want to just put that is completely personal to me, and a future world that I've been wanting to realize for a very long time, that really worked well within this universe. So visually, I'm all over, just kind of geeking out on personal influence of what I wanted to bring to screen.
Awesome. Why is Colin Farrell great in the role of Douglas Quaid?
He's great. I'll tell you. There's many reasons why. One, he's just a brilliant actor. I mean, we all know he's so capable of many different things. But for this specifically, for me, I wanted somebody that kind of a bit of, like I was talking about, what was important to the character, that finding somebody that really could pull off the emotional vulnerability, but then at the time when he does become that super spy, and the toughness comes in, and the edge comes in, that he also really believably has that. And I think Colin has a wild edge quality about him, but he really does truly have that vulnerability about him that I really wanted for this character. So that was perfect for me. I could look at his work, and actually when I met with him, I said, to me, Quaid is a combination of, like, this whole list, combination of In Bruges, phone booth, you know, down to like SWAT, down to this guy. It's like, you know, little pieces of all this guy like tied up, and then, you know, and then we'll make our own character, of course. But in terms of a launch of what I'm looking for, it's really great to be able to go to somebody's work and say that like he can do all those. For this, he can be that character. For this, he can be that character. And
Like a buffet.
he's a buffet. I think he would appreciate that. He's a buffet.